I would like to ask you about your first memories of being inside an El Fenix.
All my brothers and sisters, throughout the years, I mean, we all worked in the restaurants.
Of course.
Then he decided to open one in Oak Cliff, Colorado and Zangs, and then on down the line. So we just grew up in the restaurant business.
What were some jobs you had in the restaurant? Did you cook or clean?
Most of the boys came out of the kitchen, and the girls worked up in the front. It worked out fine, And at that time, he stayed open 24 hours a day. I mean, back in those days.
Really?
Yeah.
And was it, at the time, just a restaurant?
No, then a little later on, he opened up the ballroom where they could dance. So,
Yes.
man, they would dance 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. There
Did
was
that
no
stay
time
up?
limit that I can remember, yeah.
Was that 24 hours as well? Or was that all the same place?
No, it was right beside the restaurant was the ballroom. And later on, he made a dining room, like this here, next to dining room.
Yeah, I see. And do you know why it was open 24 hours a day? Were there people in there at all hours?
Well, back in those days, a lot of people just out in the streets, to tell you the truth. Especially, if there was a dance or something, a big dance. I mean, they would come after the dance was over and so forth. But
What kind of music was in the ballroom?
no, well, he had musicians, 3 or 4 musicians that played. They danced at me.
Was it, I don't know, a jazz club or a big band or anything?
It was mostly slow dance and jitterbugging. About that time the jitterbug came out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you think about being part of a family that owned a restaurant? Did you like that?
Well, I guess we did. We grew up in it, and that's all we knew.
Sure. That's all you knew. That's what you did.
That's all we knew as far as that. Yeah.
And did you consider it fun to come to the restaurant?
No, I mean, we just got used. My father worked around the clock back in those days.
Did he?
Yeah, he really. And naturally, we'd come in and he would send us home when he thought that our lessons to do or make sure we made our lessons before we went back.
Oh, okay. So he thought school was important.
Right. And most of them graduated from North Ellis High School.
Is that where you graduated from as well? You went there too? North Ellis?
Yeah, graduated from North Ellis High School, 1941.
Uh-huh. Did you know her yet?
15.
Oh, wow.
When I met him, I was 15. He was 17.
Old man.
And,
Younger lady.
And he was really good looking. He had on a navy blue suit.
Yeah.
And he was walking down the aisle. The tables were on this side, the books were on this side. And he kept his eyes straight at me. And I thought,
Here comes some stories.
yeah.
What did you think of El Fenix at the time when you met him? Was it a place you'd been to before? Did you have memories there?
Oh, yes. Yeah, because, when you had dances, that's where people have to dance.
Was it like a hot place to go? It was pretty popular?
Yeah, very. Yeah.
That's great.
And it was lovely. It was a nice big ballroom.
That's good. How about the food? I'd love to talk about the original menu. So what kind of food would we have found?
Oysters Rockefeller. I mean,
Yes.
Fenix served oysters Rockefeller in the beginning.
Yes.
That's when he learned how to cook.
And is it also because he thought that's what people wanted to eat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because really Tex-Mex, I think that the key ingredients in Tex-Mex restaurants today are really things that he originated. And he was, so he would make the food, the employees, him would make the food for the kitchen because this isn't food that they ate.
Yep.
And
were most of the employees then of Mexican descent?
I would think so.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't have understood my grandfather, who spoke very limited English.
Ah, okay.
But my grandfather would prepare these dishes, and then he would take them out and to his customers and say, "Would you like to try this? Would you like to try that?
Oh, he would.
Like
He was
to
kind
try
of
the other?"
enterprising.
The customer was open to a new way of eating.
Let's talk about the evolution of El Fenix. So it was family owned until when?
2008.
And what interested you in El Fenix?
Well, it was is a amazing brand.
Sure.
When you think about it, like a legacy brand, for a restaurant company to have not only survived but thrived
Sure.
through 5 generations of family working in the business, it just had this very special life to it.
Yeah.
The legacy of the employees within the restaurants. You had second and third generation people and more working within the restaurants.
Oh, that's great.
And there's just a special heritage with not only the employees but the guest base.
And do you remember when this happened, when the family sold the restaurant to Mike?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What did the family think about it?
The family?
Uh-huh.
I guess, since it was my father that was interested in also selling, I think everybody was happy over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
We were thrilled when Mike decided that he was going to buy El Fenix.
Yeah.
Because my dad's generation had said to some of us, really think twice about getting into the restaurant.
Oh, they did tell you that?
Oh, yeah. Go
Sure.
find your piece of the sky. And enough of us went out and found our piece of the sky, but it left very few soldiers here to keep 15 plates spinning.
Sure.
But my uncle, he saw the writing on the wall. My Uncle Reuben, my dad's youngest brother. We have been
Yeah.
through two world wars, a depression, Korean War, Vietnam, all that. And he said, we're seeing a downturn in business like we have never seen before.
Uh-huh.
He said, I can't figure it out that El Fenix had survived all of this other stuff. But what was happening later on was
We're very thankful.
Yes, absolutely.
Blessed.
so are we, simpatico, whole thing was simpatico.
Good. The last thing I want to ask about is the creation of Tex-Mex. So this family is credited with doing that, bringing it to a Dallas audience. Talk to me about, it seems remarkable to me now as somebody who sort of studies food in Dallas specifically. When people started eating Tex-Mex in Dallas, was it remarkable at the time, or was it just something that slowly happened?
I think it just grew over the period of years, because in those days, this is about the only, El Fenix was about the only place in this part of town, and so I think it just grew by, But what I want to tell you, the food is very good.
Great.
Really.
A recollection. By the 70s, you were getting Tex-Mex places.
You were, okay.
Yeah, and like Javier's was a high-end Tex-Mex place. Now, there are always spin-offs. My dad, a lot of the El Fenix, the that worked for El Fenix, a lot of those people decided at some point, after they had learned how to make the dishes, they could start something for their family.
Yeah, that stinks.
And so there were all these little mom and pop operations in Dallas.
And your grandfather knew all of them, probably.
And they knew him.